Did you see the Pedro Pascal, it's a me, Mario?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's
But
hilarious.
I did see Pedro Pascal trending on Twitter yet again, but this time for Mario, and people being like, yeah, recast Chris Pratt immediately. This is...
Everyone's basically saying that, like, Pedro Pascal's SNL is like the best one in a very long time.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta watch it.
I would much rather have Pedro Pascal doing Mario than Chris Pratt.
It's kind of a soft jab at Chris Pratt, because he has a line delivery when they introduce him in this like dark Mario future concept where he goes, "It's a me, Mario," like the same way Chris Pratt said it in that Instagram post almost.
Oh. Do you guys remember the Mario commercial where I think it was for Mario Kart, and it was the introduction of Mercedes into Mario Kart, and they had this like hot ass Mario. He was like grizzled and like super buff.
I don't remember. This.
I do remember. It was the live action Mario Kart trailer, and then he slips on a
Mario-
banana.
Is this a fantasy
Yeah, I
you
think about
had?
this.
Yeah,
I
Mario's
think
like,
about
it was my
daily.
sexual awakening.
Yeah, no, I think about it literally daily.
It's the moment I knew
Hot
I
Mario.
needed to date an Italian plumber.
That's very weird. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. Now back to the class.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have to show the hot Mario now because
Damn
it's
it.
like you don't believe me.
Put it in the break
I
room.
believe
I felt like perhaps
he's
we
very
could
hot.
move on, but
I'm
Yeah,
putting.
put
I'm-
Put it in the break room.
look at how hot he is.
Dude, he's ugly. What?
what is
He's
up
so
with this
ugly.
nose?
Look at that.
You're not into the Nigel Thornberry nose he's got going
He's
on?
like hideous. What?
Oh my
what?
God, Mari.
No,
got
he's all like grizzled. Look at his like dirty shirt.
You got
His-
probs, dude.
His hair's just a little bit long.
Mari's
his
going back to her
mustache,
mechanic days where it just kind of like
Oh,
moves her in
yeah.
a way that she wasn't really ready for.
Mechanic daddy right here.
You got probs. You got some big
Adeptus
probs.
Mechanicus.
That's funny.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the OGSoG podcast, hosted by yours truly today. If you're watching this on YouTube, of course, there is a longer version over on Patreon, a video version, but you can always listen to that full thing right over on Spotify. I'm pointing at Spotify. It's actually you. You're Spotify. You didn't know
Mr.
this whole
Spotify's
time.
listening? Dope.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Spotify,
John
for
B.
being a patron.
Spotify. Personally listening.
Yes, as I said, I'm your host, and first and foremost, before we really get into the nitty gritty of this episode, Jovenshire released a show recently, and I feel like we should talk about that. Jovenshire, a puppet show. His affinity for puppets continues.
That's all he releases.
It's all
Yeah.
on you now, baby.
Golf claps.
Yeah, let's.
We're depending when this episode goes up, we're now a couple weeks into Wampanco. I did a video on my channel on all the places you can watch it, but it's on television. It's on like free television that you can watch.
You're a TV man.
Wait,
we
what TV channel?
On the Fail Army channel, on Sling TV, on Pluto TV,
big
on
TV
Samsung
boy.
TV.
It's on
Yeah,
Pluto.
it's all about that free TV these days, baby. Especially with Netflix up in prices and taking passwords away from people.
You know, people are really
that.
pissed off about that, but I don't know if it's going to take a dip or not.
I don't think it'll take a dip.
I wrote for the show. I wrote
Everyone's-
episones.
Yeah, Lasercorn
Oh yeah, in
now
that
has
case
a
we hope
television
it's a giant
writing
dip and everyone
credit.
comes over to want. But yeah, Lasercorn was one of the lead writers on the show, and I know I did like an Instagram story on it, but Lasercorn had like this draft of one of the first scripts, but it was episode 2, so not episode 1. But he wrote the whole episode 2, and then we used that episode as like our guiding light for the tone of the show and for the characters' voices. Lasercorn, though, did give a bunch of ideas that there was no way we could do. And I don't know why he wrote so meanly. Because, like, what did you have? You had killer robots
It wasn't
going
even
through...
mean. Oh yeah, there was killer robots that tased one of the characters.
No. Yeah, but it was mean that you would write such a great idea knowing that there's no way I could do that.
Yeah. The main thing I was upset about, and that have I mentioned it on the podcast? I had this great product called the Vince McMannequin. It's a mannequin that looks exactly like Vince McMahon. You want to project power and authority into your clearance warehouse department store? You need the Vince McMannequin. and it was great, and they cut it, and I will never forgive. I will never forget.
Was it cut because they couldn't get the rights for Vince McMahon signing off on
the
it?
legal team
it was
didn't
cut
like
because
it.
our legal team was afraid that they would get sued, which they 100% would have with Vince McMahon. He's very litigious.
It's not a real product. You don't need
Hatchet
the
Hand would
rights
say.
for Vince McMahon to have a fake product called the Vince McMahonican. Ugh.
And for those
Lawyers, boo.
Boo.
For those who watched episode 2 of Wampanco, all the characters are like trying to pitch these brand deal items, and Lasercorn had so many that weren't used because legally they weren't allowed. But somehow the Meat Spinner 3000 made it into the show.
That's
What?
amazing.
Yeah.
Meat spinner? What does it do?
You ever have this problem? Why is my meat so wet? You need the Meat Spinner 3000. Spin that meat dry with the Meat Spinner 3000. It's a good. It's a good product.
No way.
They let it on the show.
Somehow that made it through.
Vince McMahonican. No
But
way.
did you get the rights for You Spin Me Right Round?
No.
We
That's-
did not get the royalties for the music.
Guys,
In fact, we got some killer free tracks or something to use with it.
I'm too scared to
amazing.
look, but is meatspin.com still active?
Oh,
I'm
sure
not
it
gonna
is.
look.
I'm not gonna look. and it probably
Probably.
is.
Someone in the comments do the research on that.
Yeah, please
producer
report back.
Paco.
We'll pin the comment. We just need to know.
Yeah.
Is it still
Is it
active?
still active?
Yeah.
Lasercorn in Wampanco, was there a character that you enjoyed writing for the most?
Dr. Krankenwagen was great.
Explain him.
Kranken. He's
Yeah,
like
pitch us Dr.
He's like kind of like
Krankenwagen.
a mad scientist. And in like the very first episode, he brings his pet to work, but he can't remember which pet he brought. It's either his cuddly hamster, Mr. Nibbles, or Captain. I forget the thing's
A
name.
genetically modified
Genetically modified murder hornet, and he can't remember
Oh
which.
no.
Yeah.
Is that the reason for murder hornets in 2020?
Yeah,
Retroactively, yes. in our Womp verse, in the Womp.
I guess that's another behind the scenes story. The doctor's name originally was Krankenwagen,
Yeah,
which is ambulance in German.
we shortened it
and
down. Kronk.
Yeah, we had to shorten it down to Kronken for some reason. But now you know. Now
yeah.
you know
Krankenwagen. That's fun.
his hyphenated full last name is Krankenwagen.
There's this thing in the German language where, like, if they don't have a word for something, they'll just mash a bunch of words together. So I forget what it is. It's something like a submarine, like one of their longest words to describe this, like some kind of boat or something like that. But it's like, it's absurd. It's like a 50-letter word or something like that.
Like it's a boat that goes underwater and it stays underwater and there's a pipe. I don't know.
Yeah, they just mash words together.
Unterwatertagen Pipen Wisten Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think you got
Yeah.
it.
Did you write the truck nuts line from
Yeah.
Yeah, that one of my favorite scripted lines is the boss is asking Dr. Kronken to find out more about truck nuts. He wants truck nuts. And then Kronken, like to himself in a little aside, was like, I thought vehicles reproduced asexually.
Oh yeah. Kraken believed that human vehicles reproduced asexually and thus would have no need for truck nuts. So he was very confused.
What's the ESRB rating?
It's on free TV, so that means it is family acceptable.
PG.
With the meat spin.
I guess it's PG-13.
It would be PG. It would be parental
It
guidance.
wouldn't be ESRB, would it? What is it?
It'd be FTC. I don't know. Yeah, the normal TV rating. I don't know who puts it out though.
ESRB
rating.
TV.
There are like the
ESRB
scripted
is
lines.
for games.
The scripted lines are fine, but the puppeteers
Parental
would.
guidance monitoring board.
Oh, that's less cool sounding. The puppeteers would improv some lines though, and there's one point in time where they have this controller that when they push the button, they can control the fails, and the QC department is a married couple, And first, like, the wife is there and she's playing with it and it's all fun. And then, like, the husband comes in and there's 4 people using the controller. It's this big montage. And then the wife, she's just like, okay, now you push the button. Okay, now you look at my husband while you push the button. All right, now look at my eyes while you push the button. Yeah, push the button. And I'm like, I don't know if we can put this on television, but it made it.
That's
made
amazing.
it.
That
You
is-
know, it's as long as if it's puppets doing it, I guess
it's fine.
anything goes.
but they're just pushing a button, so it's fine.
Can I
Not
ask
sexual.
you, Joven, who wrote the theme song? Because I love the theme song.
So
it's
that
stuck in
was-
my head. If you're
that
looking
was-
for a good show, I'll recommend.
Well, can we
Womp. I can't
play
sing.
it in the edit? Play it in the
Play it
edit.
in the
Play it in the edit.
Wampanco, we gonna be friends. We're hosting the bells. We'll do it again. If you're looking for a good show, we recommend Wampanco. Problems arise when you're working with Wumps. Every day's a surprise. So sit back, relax, and enjoy these spells with all of us here at Wampanco.
So that was, I think, an idea that the other EP had, who was the director. So that was Colin. I don't know specifically who wrote it. I think it was Jeff who wrote it, which was the other, like, he was like the not a staff writer, because a staff writer is like a lowest on the writing credits, but he works at, TMB. So, he was there every day. So I think he wrote the song for the theme song. Yeah. At first I was like, oh, we have a theme song. That's interesting. And then I listened to it a second time and I was like, and it's stuck in my head now. Great. But yeah, that's Wampanco.
You guys should be so proud. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very neat.
A fun little puppet TV show. So that's on, and then of course it's going on YouTube. Every story we're doing a cut down on Fail Army U's YouTube channel. So there's a way for everyone to watch.
Woo!
Yeah, and Joven, you've been wanting to bridge the gap between digital and traditional media for a long time, and now you did it. So that's
Made the first
pretty darn
jump.
Cool.
Now got to try to do it again.
Heck yeah.
Maybe we can sell our influencer show. We still have to do a table read for a video for this channel.
Oh yeah, dude, that is. We would have to look at that script and see if it needs some.
Oh, it's definitely not acceptable
Some-
for TV
Yeah.
standards.
Some corrections, some political corrections.
Guys, thank you so much for watching this. Remember, we got a link down below so you can watch this on Patreon, where we also have react videos, extended videos, and a video version of the podcast. So thanks for watching. Till the next time, we're OGSoG. Woo! Ow.
What the hell is an angry poop?
You ever had an angry poop before?
like you force it out real
That's how you get
fast.
Like the
hemorrhoids,
poop is
too.
angry or you're angry?
You're angry, so you're pushing the poop out faster, and you get hemorrhoids in the process.
It's funny because I always when I say angry poop, which I've used before, it usually means that it's a fire poop, like it's mad at me.
That makes more sense.
poop
I've
is
never
angry.
been like, I'm pissed. I'm going to go take a dump.
All right, though I might be angry, I do want to take 10 seconds here, maybe even 20, to thank all of our Patreon supporters here on this side of the screen, one of the sides of the screen. Thank you for supporting this channel. It means so much to us. And as we said, down below, you can join our Patreon to see all of the exclusive content that we have there, or keep watching like this. It's okay. We make free content, baby. Enjoy it.